Hi friends, I hope you're doing well, and today we are going to start with reading practice of the volume 1 of IELTS general training. And the first reading passage that we are going to do today is of test 1, and it is section 1. The first passage in section 1 is Braxton Community College. I hope you know what is the format of the reading passage. So, reading in general training IELTS is divided into 3 sections: section A, section B, and section C. Section A, you're supposed to receive either 2 or 3 short passages. These short passages are to do with your survival, as in how you live your life and how you enjoy, how you rest. So basically your life and society. Section B has 2 short work related passages. So all talking about work, it could be leaves, it could be something to do with work. And section C is going to have 1 long passage. Most of the time it's an academic style passage that you get, but slightly easier than that. So if we look at these passages, they are pretty short and they have slightly simple language as compared to the academic IELTS test. Having said that, although the passages are simple, the text is simple, the language is slightly easy, there is a cost that the general candidates have to pay in the form of the marking. So here is the marking, and you can compare the 2 types of marking: IELTS academic test and IELTS general training test. So in order to get band 7, you can see how many correct answers you have to score. Now let's begin. So it clearly shows us there are a number of courses or a number of courses that have been given. It's actually a newsletter of the community college. Drama classes, Chinese cookery, folk dancing for beginners, computer basics, creative writing. Let's go into the questions and see what kind of questions. So most of the time when you get these kind of questions, there is always a matching information question. So let's take a look. The text on the previous page has 5 sections, A to E, for which section are the following statements true. You may use any letter more than once, right? So this is an important information and you have to write the correct letter as your answer. For these kind of questions, you have to read all the questions from 1 to 8 and highlight the important keywords that may help you find your answer. So first one, this course can lead to, so pay attention to modals, pay attention to verbs and the important keywords like adjectives, nouns. So can lead to getting a qualification, right? Can lead to, not always true, but it can lead to getting a qualification. Number 2, will take part in a public performance. So will take part. Need to be, important, something that is mandatory. Need to be in good shape. So this has to do with some physical stuff, right? Physical health or something. Need to be in good shape to do this course. Number 4, this course would suit someone who is free only at the weekend. So only at the weekend, that means we are looking at Saturday or Sunday classes. Number 5, students can do this course from home. Okay, so online course maybe. Students need to have a little experience. So experience is mandatory. Need to have some important. Next, the tutor has professional experience in performing. So something to do with either singing or theatrical or maybe dance. Number 8, students need to bring something to the classes. Need to bring something to the classes. That means in the form of some kind of equipment or some material. Let's do it para by para now. Since after having read all the questions, now we'll start reading all the paragraphs line by line. So let's come to the drama classes first. This course aims to create a welcoming atmosphere for anyone with or without experience. So no experience is required who is thinking of learning to act. Course is run by David Redmond, who has appeared in the shows in theaters across the country, and he will take you through some basic acting techniques. As you work towards the end of the show, end of year show, you will gain confidence and make friends. Okay, now one thing is for sure that this is this David guy. So it's definitely going to be para A. 7th is para A, right? Another thing is you will take part in a public performance because you will be doing the end of the year show. So this is again going to be para A, right? Let's move to para B. Chinese cookery. Students will learn to make some Chinese dishes as well as so and so. You will provide your own ingredients based on a list that your tutor Lee Yimo has produced. While all the equipment you need is available, basic knowledge of cooking techniques is required. So again, two things. One is you have to bring your own equipment and you require some kind of basic cooking technique. Okay. So basic knowledge of cooking, little experience. So B, and you have to get your own stuff, bring your own ingredients. So again B. So 6th and 8th, right? Okay, let's come to para C. Folk dancing for beginners. Okay, UK have their own folk dances. This will introduce you to a selection of them. Apart from being fun and enjoyable, folk dancing number of health benefits. Okay, this active course requires a basic level of fitness. Okay, anyone wishing to take the Folk Dance Association exam at the end of the course should inform when registering. So one is, it can take you to some kind of formal qualification and it requires you to be physically fit, right? Okay, so getting a qualification and good shape, right? So we're only left with 4 and 5, is it? Yes. Okay, let's move to D. Coding. Okay, I think this can be done remotely, accessing the lessons remotely. So very easy. So can be done from home, only at the weekend. Okay, only at the weekend. It should be Sunday, Saturday, right? This is only weekend. So the other question, this is going to be only at the weekend. So this will be para E. So all done, and it was pretty simple. Let's now move on to the second part of the section, and that is Fantasyland itinerary. Okay, again, it is giving us the same kind of format as far as the text is concerned. It's talking about Fantasyland, suggested itinerary, reception, fairground alley, the switchback, kettle drum, the big one, the grotto. Okay. So again, similar type of questions. Let's do them one more time. Which location is not for young children? Okay. Which two locations sell food and drink? Sell food and drink. Where can you get a prize if you are skillful? Can you get a prize? Height restriction. Where can you see characters? Can you see characters from around the world? Which location has important information to study? All right. Let's come to A, reception. Okay, once you bought your ticket, you got your wristband. This is where you'll start. Okay, check out the safety guidance. Check out all the safety guidance you need to remember. So is it that important information? Fast track tickets are also available to save you time queuing. It might also be a good idea to stock up on water and snacks. So that means stocking up water and snacks. So there was an option saying selling water and eatables, right? So that one and the important information. So which two locations? So maybe we can put this as A and this also as A, but we will be getting one more answer here because it's talking about two locations, right? So we'll only put a comma. Okay, let's move on to para B. Fairground alley. Favorites here, you can win food tickets. You can win food tickets, but you're not going to buy them here. But you can win, right? You can win. There was something to do with you can get a prize if you're skillful. Are you skillful here? Showing your skill, right? So B, definitely B. Okay, we might not know. Okay, everything is included. Admission ticket, great place for both old and young. Okay, you and your family over to. Okay, now the switchback. So there's nothing more in para B now. Let's move to para C. Riders over. Okay, so this is a height restriction. If you're 155 centimeter and above, then only you'll be able to ride on this. So height restriction, this is para C. Okay. Let's come to, takes you this much into air, giving you a great view across the whole park, swooping down as your seats twist. Few repetitions, it will time to take it a little easier. At the kettle drum. Kettle drum, ordinary restaurant. Okay, great place to buy lunch, right? So it is going to be A and D, definitely, where you can actually buy. Okay, so definitely D. Is there any other option that you are able to find? Heads off, take on adventure, kitchen zone, safari zone, watch lions eat at the same time as you do. Fantastic way to catch your breath before heading to the big one. One of the biggest roller coasters. The big one, reach a speed of so and so. Extreme nature, entry is restricted to those over 12. But here it doesn't talk about the height restriction, right? It is only for the older ones. I think not for the young children. Not for the young children. So this, what was the letter? It is E. So not for the young children. Next, characters around the world. Important. Okay, this is done. Only one is left. Okay, let's see. I think it's in the last one. You'll get to meet clever hands from Europe, Anansi the spider from Africa. So characters from around the world. F is the answer for this one. So pretty simple, pretty easy. So we are done till question number 14. In the next video, we are going to cover work related short passages. Till then, take care, stay safe. Bye bye.